All right, so I'm here with Gino Esposito, and I guess to start off, Gino, could you just explain, how many times you work out throughout the week and just basically your workout routine?
Yeah, definitely. I'm on the wrestling team here at UNC with Joe, and um, we're just starting the season now. So I would say in the past couple months, I would try to work out once most days of the week, once a day. I would run and try to lift weights, and then um, I would usually wrestle, but couldn't really do that too much over the past couple months. But I usually take Sundays off, and the other days I try to mix it up like that.
Okay, cool. Uh, along your workout routine or your workout schedule, did you ever? It sounds like you mentioned you would lift weights. If so, would you lift weights inside, and upon that, would you have to wear a mask?
Yeah. So I kind of had to just find, like, when I came back to Chapel Hill, had to find people who maybe had like a barbell or something, and it was mostly most of it was in a garage. So luckily I didn't have to wear a mask because it was by myself. But if it was with other friends, which I did do a couple of times, we did wear a mask just to
Right.
you know keep it
Yeah.
safe.
So currently, like right now, uh, with your workout routine right now, do you have to wear a mask with your workouts, with your like lifts and stuff like that?
Yeah. So we for wrestling we wear a mask to lifts in the morning, the whole time,
Okay.
especially when we're inside, and keeping distance. We wipe down the weights between every set, and then at wrestling practice, of course, we wear masks to warm up, and then we have our small groups, where we can only wrestle with certain people, um, just to minimize the tracing.
Okay. Cool. Could you just basically explain the experience you have this when you're wearing your mask upon working out with specifically lifting or any kind of aerobic exercise?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a great design that they have. The mask comes off probably 20 times a lift, just
Yeah.
like slides down, and I'll be in the middle of a set and I can't do anything about it. Um and then it's also hard when you start sweating. I think the material is not great because um it gets wet and then air can't really pass through. Um so those are just some of the experiences that I've had. I would say it's not really great for any sort of working out, and um, it's hard to breathe, and it also just comes down a lot. So that's been my experience with it.
Okay. Yeah. So now that you say that, I'm taking an entrepreneurship class, and my group and I had to come up with some sort of product related to health and fitness. So we came up with an idea of improving upon the COVID facial mask. And like you mentioned, a big problem we saw was how often the mask would slide down off of your face. Then, along with you touched upon as well, the being able to breathe through certain materials and the form of like suffocation almost. So this is a little like rough prototype, but we came up with an idea that I'll just show you real quick.
Yeah.
This is our prototype, so I'll throw it on, but I just want to show you real quick.
Okay.
Uh, that enables you to breathe with the mask on, and it gives you like a good amount of, I guess, facial space to breathe as well. So
Uh-huh.
I'll throw it on real quick, and as you can see through our design, we're trying to get it as far away as possible,
Yeah.
along with keeping space. If you're up close and personal with people, but along with that, we have these altitude training I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there's these things called altitude training masks.
Yeah, yeah,
Where,
yeah.
yeah, where you hop on a people hop on a treadmill and they could throw it on, and it limits the amount of oxygen you're receiving, bettering your conditioning. So we're thinking about incorporating that into our facial mask, and it won't be final. People could choose to maybe switch the knobs, or we're trying to think about either having something that's already in, or maybe you just apply something that switch like locks in, and it you know contracts the amount of oxygen you receive.
Yeah.
So would you consider something like that, or would you not like, I don't know, would
Oh,
you?
100%. I mean, it's a huge problem right now, and you obviously, want to keep people safe.
Right.
And like I said, what exists right now is not made for working out. It's not a good.
Yeah.
It's just doesn't work as it could. So I think a idea like this would be really valuable. I mean, I know there's, people have to go back to working out all over the country. It's not just athletes. I mean, people want to go to the gyms, they want to go out and stay in shape, and it's not easy for them right now with what exists. I've seen people, like, there's people that pass out at the gym
Yeah.
because they can't breathe
Right.
in the or they overheat. So I think that a product like this would be very, very valuable, to me personally, but also to other people who just want to work out and stay in shape.
Right. And another thing I just want to stress upon is you mentioned that was a problem that arose was so we actually formed some. We're thinking about incorporating some type of gel-like material or type of grip that'll
Yeah,
go on the nose bridge, and maybe like kind of this falls right on the bridge of your nose, or maybe locks in or something like that, where it could prevent it from falling off your face, which I think could definitely be a big element to improvising a product like this.
yeah, I think that's really smart because that is where, now that you say that,
That's
that's where it starts, is
yeah,
the nose, and once it slips down, it's not like the ears are typically okay.
yeah,
Um, they're not great, but it's normally the nose. So I think that that's actually a really, really good idea of having some sort of material like that.
yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, we're just trying to make sure we have the make the best user experience for our consumer, or not at consumers yet, but future consumers if we're thinking about going all the way with this. And on top of that, we're just really trying to maximize the amount of comfort people could have if we, as I mentioned, go through with this product. And we're thinking about this using renewable material, be eco-friendly with it, but also we want to make sure people have the chance to breathe properly, like, which seems to be a big problem. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, other than that, I think I really appreciate your time and for the interview, and thanks for answering these questions.
Thanks, Joe. And I think it's a great idea. Look forward to seeing what you do with it.
Sweet.